Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana Lesson 170. And today's discussions is titled Part 3, Illegal ECOWAS Declaration of War against Niger. Today is the 12th of August 2023. And we may recall that we've done two parts of these discussions already. Apparently, it's regarding the coup d'etat in Niger. Niger is a West African country, and so it comes under the sub-regional organization called ECOWAS, which is the short form of what? Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. ECOWAS actually started as an economic bloc, only to turn into a political bloc with all sorts of political inclinations. However, the coup, which overthrew a democratically elected leader, has not sat down well with ECOWAS and of course the AU, which is African Union, and the United Nations. So we look at it. But then on the 30th of July 2023, the ECOWAS political heads have declared a weak ultimatum. They did declare a weak ultimatum to Niger coup makers to hand over to the civilian leader or democratically elected leader, or they would take them out through war. Okay, so if ECOWAS has declared war, we have to look at the legalities, the legitimacy. The legitimacy itself is questionable in the sense that, one, commonsensically, it is not expected for a developing economy to go to war against another developing economy, more so an African country to go to war against another African country. It shouldn't be a thing of 2023, but that's what ECOWAS has decided to do, simply because what's their interest? They just want democracy to be installed in Niger. And I say, but wait a minute. We should know that we cannot install democracy in any country through the barrel of the gun. That is a condition. Then the other caveat here, when it comes to war, is that the only organization in the world that defines what is war, that explains international peace, that explains threat of war, then war itself is what? The United Nations Security Council, UN Security Council. They have the right, or they have the authority to determine peace, the threat of peace, and the breach of peace, and then when war is to be declared. That notwithstanding, which is fundamental, another fundamental issue or rudimental issue is that human lives must be protected. It's an imperative. Human lives must be protected. It's an imperative, and that is the underpinning issues of the underpinning all the charters of the United Nations. That is peace, and human lives must be protected. So whatever we do, when we declare war, human lives must be protected. I mean, that is a fact. So for ECOWAS to declare war, we have to look how legitimate is it. On the few days ago in August, ECOWAS political leaders came up again with another communique, and they have asked all the member countries to donate their armies to their ECOWAS military force, that is ECOMOG, and they should be ready for a war. Then you go on to find out, why should they declare war? Has the UN Security Council sanctioned that war? Has it given it a go-ahead? Look at UN Charter, UN under Article 51. It says UN supports self-defense of any armed attack that occurs against a state. So the state of Niger is in its rightful position to defend itself against ECOWAS forces that comes with arms. Because in any case, the coup was a bloodless coup. Nobody lost life, no life lost, nothing. No blood lost, no bloodshed, nothing. So for ECOMOG or ECOWAS to send soldiers into Niger to overthrow a coup-led administration by killing people will be a no, because human lives must always be protected. It's an imperative under the new world order that we are in. So then Niger, to start with, is in the right to protect itself, to defend itself rather, when ECOWAS attacks them. There are various conventions that we have to look before ECOWAS can step foot on Niger as a military attack or declaration of war, actually going to war. They would have to satisfy 3 conditions, and that is important because the UN Security Council, this sit on this ECOWAS issue, and on the 28th of July 2023, and in their concluding remarks, let me just read it. They say the membership of the Security Council reiterated their support to the efforts of ECOWAS and the African Union to reverse the trends of unconstitutional changes in governments through the strengthening of the existing governance and normative frameworks. So the question is, what is the existing framework? What's the existing governance and normative framework? It goes on to say the members their solidarity with the people of Niger and underline the importance of protection of the population and continued humanitarian assistance. ECOWAS, you have not given humanitarian assistance. You are going there to war. You're going to kill the people of Niger anyway. So then we have to get the 3 conditions here. The governance system that has a normative framework is what? Responsibility to protect art, and that comes under UN resolution 2150 of 2014. It is evolved. So the responsibility to protect is an act, it's a treaty that is in UN. But it has conditions, 3 conditions, and let's just go through quickly so that you don't get bored. One is that before war can be accepted by UN Security Council, it has to meet these 3 conditions. One is that there must be genocide, there must be war against humanity or crimes against humanity, ethnic cleansing, mass atrocities. Has any of this happened in Niger? No. So the first one itself has not been met. The second one is that there must be sanctions. You have to place sanctions on them before war. So have they placed sanctions? Yes. But then the question is that the sanctions, are they biting the people or they are biting those in government, the coup makers? They are rather biting the people. It's just started, so we don't even know the extent of its effect, debilitating effect on the people of Niger. We have to take time. ECOWAS will have to take time to look at things like that. That notwithstanding, before they go to war, the issue is that have there been any humanitarian assistance to the people of Niger? No. ECOWAS has not given that. It's mandatory that after you have met all this, when you declare war, that's the second one, when you declare war, you have to make sure that you prepare to rebuild. And the rebuilding is what? Reconstruction, recovery, and then reconciliation. What is the plan of ECOWAS to rebuild? That is to reconstruct the place, recovery of Niger, and then the reconciliation among the people of Niger. You don't have any such plan. Come up with a blueprint. Let's see. So that you go to a UN Security Council to seek that permission to go to war against Niger. You don't just go to war anyhow. So ECOWAS rather, you are declaring an illegal war because you don't even have the money yourself. You are being rebuilt. Nigeria is under rebuilding. It's under reconstruction. It's not anywhere. See, who says that you can impose democracy on the people through the barrel of the gun? It doesn't work that way. Okay, then the third one is, which is mandatory again, is that you have to seek permission from the UN Security Council. And that resolution, the responsibility to protect art, never mentioned any sub-regional organization or regional organization. It only mentioned UN Security Council. Because UN Security Council is the only organ that determines what is war or threat to peace. And they can explain what war is, and they can give the approval for that declaration. So ECOWAS has not done that yet. They've not met these 3 conditions, so it's not no use. ECOWAS, get out of that thinking and do the right things. Go diplomacy. Place the sanctions, let it bite the governors, that's the coup makers, and not the people of Niger. Send humanitarian aid to the people of Niger, and that way you can buy into people's psyche that democracy is not a forced governance system. Besides, it's not the only governance system. Where democracy seems to be cheating, seems to be abusing the people, it will lose its potency. The people of Niger think that democracy they have is an abusive system of governance because they have all the resources, yet they are living in abject poverty because France and other countries are exploiting their resources and giving them nothing in return. The name is Kwame Afaglu. Thank you.